The Illuvium Pro League has been announced and there is a lot of money on the line. It's gonna be amazing. I wanna do a little rundown for you all because I've been involved with designing the whole structure behind it with the schedule and the rule set and all of that. So I wanna quickly give you a rundown what's gonna happen, how you can be part of it, and everything you need to know. So basically the ILV Pro League right here is gonna start in August. There's gonna be $250,000 total prize pool. There's going to be 3 different tournament tiers, IPL 250, 500, and 1000. We're going to talk about what that means in a second. There's multiple ways to qualify for our main event. We have 2 main point system, IPL, which is our main point system really from tournaments, and a little bit will also come from RLP, ranked leaderboard points, from the ranked ladder. The season starts in August and ends with the world event in December. So the main event will have 64 players in total. 48 players will come from the IPL points, meaning tournament grinding, tournament play will be rewarded the most. This is done so we have the most participation in the tournament and make them really feel important. 4 people will come from the ranked leaderboard. This is more or less a fail-safe just to make sure the best players really make it into the main event. 4 people will come from the last call tournament. We're going to talk in a second about what that means. And 4 people will come also from the last chance event. And we have 4 wildcard invites, mainly for big TFT streamers, big TFT players. The main goal for the championship right here, for the world events finals, is to get the best players in the world to play this game and to battle it out on the battle board in the arena. So we're going to look at how we're going to achieve that. So IPL points are earned by playing the IPL 250, 500, and 1000. If you're wondering why they called this way, basically the first place in all of these tournaments, the first place in the IPL 250 gets 250 IPL points. Same with 500 and with 1000. The ranked leaderboard points is earned through daily ranked gameplay, so not so much daily, but the leaderboard resets monthly, and the leaderboard snapshot is going to be with that reset. So if you're at the end of the month, first place in the leaderboard, you're going to get, I think, 50 RLP points. Everything I say here is from where I left it the last time when I handed it over to the Illuvium Labs team to make the announcement and to make some details. And also Aaron and Kieran are detrimental figures in figuring this whole structure out. So they have maybe changed some stuff, but I'm just going to talk what I knew the last information to be true. And we have figured this out with the IMC, with Kieran, with Aaron, with some of the best players in Illuvium right now, and also with all the tournament organizers from Hype, Phantom Wildfire Syndicate, and so on, and also Dreamers Esports. So the tournament breakdown, we got the LPL, we got the IPL 250, which is going to be a 32-player open, $2,000 on the line. One time we even have a $3,000 tournament, I think. And it's not going to be 100% open. 75% of the slots are going to be open to a sit and go event. We have had those in Illuvium already. So basically there is, a 4-hour window. You sit down, you play ranked games in those 4 hours. If you perform really well, you're going to make it into the tournament. So 8 slots, I think, will be invited directly from the leaderboard. The other 75% of the slots will be open through the sit and go. Then we have the IPL 500 which is going to be a 64-player open tournament with a $5,000 prize pool. Here, 50% of the slots are going to be open, I think. So 32 players are going to get in through the sit and go, and 32 players are going to be invited. Then we have the IPL 1000, which is an invite-only tournament. So a vast majority of the players is going to come from the ranked leaderboard play. And then also people are going to be invited through IPL 500 and 250 performances. So I think if you're in the top 4 in an IPL 250, or if you're in the top 8 in an IPL 500, this is going to earn you a spot in the IPL 1000. And the rest is going to come through tournament, through leaderboard players. Then we have the last call tournament, which is a fully open qualifier. So basically like those, just 100% of the spots are open to a sit and go, which is going to last maybe 6, maybe 8 hours. And the winner is not going to get any money. They're going to earn a straight qualification to the main event. So this is kind of just before the main event, just to make sure as a failsafe again to get the best players into the tournament. Then we also have a last chance event, which is going to be a little bit madness. It's going to be a 24-hour leaderboard sprint. So what we have right now with our qualifications is sit and go. You sit down and play ranked, and the best players get into. But it's going to be 24 hours long, and it's going to be for the top 250 unqualified leaderboard players, ranked players. And this is basically to have a great underdog story be possible. So for example, somebody has been grinding all year. He didn't get into the main event. But then there is this last chance tournament. He sat down, grinded for 24 hours. And he was one of the top 4 players who actually made it into the main event. Main event started like the next day. He barely had time to sleep. He had to book a flight to Portugal to play on the live stage. If that's going to be the case, we don't know if it's going to be offline or online or where it's going to be. And here he is, right? So we have that underdog story possibility here with the last chance tournament. This came from Kieran, and I think it's a really cool idea. Then we have the main event in December. So on the weekend number 1, it's going to be 64 players down to 16 players. This is going to happen through 2 days of Swiss events, or Swiss games. So on the first day, it's going to be 6 Swiss games, and then we're going to go from 64 players to 32. The bottom 32 will going to be cut. On the second day, 32 players down to 16 players, again with 6 games of Swiss. Then we have the weekend number 2. 16 players are going to go on the first day down to 8 players, and then on the second day, it's going to be grand finals. So from 16 to 8, it's going to be a really fun format, but we'll talk about the really details of all these formats, of all the IPLs and all the main event. We can talk about this in the next video. Because right now, all the rules and all the formats and all the structure is kind of set in place, but it's not bulletproof yet, right? There might be some like tiebreaker rules or specific small rules that are not written down yet. So we need to make the whole rule set, the whole rule sheet very bulletproof before this gets released to the public. So that's what Illuvium is waiting for with the next big announcement, where it's going to be more granular, more details about the individual events. And that's what we're working right now in the back end. And the top 32 players are going to be in the prize pool, which is going to be $150,000 for the main event. And then I think all 64 players will earn exclusive cosmetics, bragging rights, and like Season 1 borders, emotes, and Illuvitars if you play tournaments and so on. More details on that coming. So Battle Pass is not going to gatekeep the tournaments. It's not going to be required to enter. Open qualifiers are available for most events. So yeah, again, we have 75% of the slots in IPL 250 open, 50% of them in the 500. The last call is 100% open, and the last chance is going to be open to the 250 top players. The schedule might change as new events are added. So this is very much the final structure, but things can still change. So scrolling down to how the schedule will look like. So we're going to kick it off on the 16th of August, which is going to be like in 1.5 weeks. On the Saturday, and then every single weekend we're gonna have a tournament. So in August we're gonna have 3 tournaments, in September 4, October 4, November 4, and then in December we're gonna have our last call, last chance, and the 2 main event weekends, which is gonna be absolutely insane. So August, we're gonna kick it off with an IPL 250, 500, 250, 500, and so on. And then in October we're gonna have our IPL 1000, where there's $20,000 on the freaking line. $20,000. I think this is insane, and this gets me really excited. Either as a player or as a commentator, I'm gonna be losing my shit. And basically what that means, to get into this one, you either need to win or be in the top 8 or top 4 of one of the previous small tournaments, or you have to be one of the top ranked players in September. So basically, at the end of September, there's going to be a leaderboard snapshot. And if you're in the top, 32 players in September, at the end of September, you're going to get into this IPL 1000. This is invite only. The same thing will happen with November. So ranking gets reset. October, you can grind. And then whatever at the end of October, the leaderboard looks like, most of those people for the IPL 1000 are going to get invited that way. Same thing with November, I would say. Invited then for the end of November. And then we got our big final tournament in December. I'm super excited. I hope you're. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to compete and if you think you have a chance. And I'm going to leave you with this video right here up there. And that's about something completely different, which is my game that I developed, a TCG set in the Illuvium universe.